Welcome to the Winning the Week with Scott Auld live stream and podcast. This is your episode number 60, August 5, 2026. I'm on a mission to change the world one person at a time. Conquer your fears, defeat social anxiety. Here you'll find the Mission Embarrassment Experiments, a raw and vulnerable series where I document my intentional journey into discomfort to kill social anxiety. This includes videos like filming myself in public and dancing in public. You'll find deep character and emotional studies, reflective long-form explorations into the virtues that define a meaningful life, diving into abstract topics that define society and who we are in it. And you'll find extended interactive live streams such as the one you find yourself in right now, where we unpack these themes in real life as a community. So tonight, what do we have on tap for tonight? Hello, everybody wandering in here. What do you call it? Fashionably late. Very good to see everybody in. I'll say hi to you in just a second. We'll go back to the chat and see who wandered in just as we got started. Very nice. Perfect timing, I would say. So tonight, we will have, as always, the simultaneous sip. I've got an update for you on stickers. And I've got a commenter and encourager of the week with a runner-up. And I've got an update. Now, I've been asking you guys to send me your video clips, and I've been including those in my videos. I have an update for you on that, a small change and an update, so I think that'll be fun. We'll get to that. And we will take a look at this week's video review. And we'll talk about what's next here on the channel, and we'll do a little bit of a topic analysis for some new topics coming up. I want to hear your input on that because you guys, as my producers, you guys have input and you help shape the show. You shape the channel, and we'll do shout outs for all of you guys too. And in case you're wondering, I don't know if Jen's in the house yet, but she always wants to know. So I decided let's make a goal. Let's have a goal of 300 comments and 20 likes. A little bit of a stretch goal, as CL would say, but that's totally fine and totally doable. We've done 300 comments plenty of times, and we're not going to do thumbs downs this week. We're going to do thumbs ups. So let's see if we can get 20 likes or 20 thumbs ups. Good plan? So before we go any further, as always, in honor of the late, great Scott Adams, let's do the simultaneous sip. As you know, all you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard, chalice or stein, a canteen, jug or flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I like Publix Diet Sweet Tea. And join me now for the unparalleled pleasure, the dopamine hit of the day, the thing that makes everything better. It's called the simultaneous sip, and it happens now. Go. Lovely. Very good. Drop me a comment and let me know what you're drinking. So I was talking about this in the pre-show. Quick reminders. If you guys have not received stickers from me, I have a lot of cool stickers and some updated brand design stickers. I have one laying right here. Cute little thing. And it's better if I don't show it to you upside down. But if I can get the glare off of it, there we go. A little bit. It's the design you see on screen. What am I talking about? You can see it much better on the screen anyway. So fill out the form if you've not already done so. It just gives me an address, a place to send it. I don't spam you. I don't have a newsletter. I don't email you crazy conspiracy theories unless you specifically ask for them. And I just need an address to send you some stickers and some magnets, both. And I'd be happy to send this to you on my dime, my freedom stamps at work. And if you get some stamps from me and make a video, be like Jenny, show me where you stuck it. That'd be fun. And a quick reminder, we are having a blast in Discord. It's very easy to get in Discord. If you don't know, if you haven't ever heard of Discord or been in Discord, it's just a chat room. It's kind of like Slack. It's kind of like Microsoft Teams. It's kind of like the AOL chat rooms or the old ICQ rooms. A little bit fancier than the old Usenet, but it's basically bulletin board system fancied up and dressed up with pictures. And you have a good time in there. It's very easy to get in. There's a link in the video description. You click that link. I update it every week because that link expires after a week. So be sure you're clicking a new one. And pick a name. Put in there what you want your name to be. It'd be nice if it's something similar to what you call yourself here on YouTube so we know who you are. and then I will activate you. I'll turn on your account. We'll have a great time. It's a blast. It's a blast in there, I tell you. Fantastic time. So let's take a look in the chat and see who is in here having a good time while I'm rambling about other things. I see Fred is here. We said hi to Fred. And let's see who is the last person to wander in that I missed. Mr. Mike. How are you doing, sir? Mike's Adventure Sparks is doing awesome, I bet. How is life at the, what was it called? What was the name of that campground? Beautiful camp. Well, we don't have to say the name of the campground. That's probably not a good idea on a live stream. But just outside of Bemidji, Minnesota. Looks beautiful up there, buddy. I would imagine now as we're getting towards the beginning of August, how long is it until you guys start to feel winter? Or at least fall? I bet you guys start to feel fall like in a couple of weeks because you have really short summers up there, right, Mike? Everybody's saying hi to each other. And Catherine is here. Catherine, you know, I was at your live stream, but it seemed like you cut it short. Maybe that was just my perception, but it seemed like you cut it a little short. I don't know if that was your plan all along or if something came up. I didn't hear you say why. And maybe you did say why, and maybe I just missed it. But if you did, I apologize. I didn't get it. Didn't understand why. But it seemed like it was a shorty. But that's okay. And Cobus is here. Hello, Tracy. How are things shaking up in your part of the world? Speaking of up north, how are things going up in Michigan? Hope everything is good. I'm glad you can make it. It's been a while. Tell Cobus that Suzuki's sitting here right next to me, and she's already said hi to Milky Way. And I'm sure she'd like to say hi to Opal. She wants to come play with Opal. That is a very cute little kitten you got there. And M says, Catherine, I was the first like to start everyone out. That's right. You were early bird in here. And you and Geraldine were the first ones in that I saw right off the dot. Yep, we are at 7 already and 60 comments. You know, your tail is going to make a racket here. You keep banging into things with your swishy tail, girl. Got to get all this rattly stuff out of the way. Troublemaker. She's just hitting a pen or something, but it's going to drive me crazy, making all that racket. Do cats control their tail, or is it like totally autonomous? Like, is it just like on its mind of its own or something? It seems like, it doesn't seem like she's really controlling it. It just seems like it's doing its own thing. Yeah, just likes, Geraldine, correct. No dislikes. We're not doing dislikes. We're doing likes. I know there's been some days as an experiment we've done dislikes, but it was really just to prove a point. Just to prove a point that YouTube doesn't care about dislikes or likes as long as it's engagement of some sort. So let's see what everybody was drinking for the simultaneous sip. Catherine has water. Kim, hey, how you doing? Good to see you, Kimberly. You have vanilla Coke Zero. That sounds yummy. That sounds good. Geraldine says he's healthy, but I need to see some more green in his diet. I don't know what you guys were talking about. I must have missed something there. Diet ginger ale, strawberry splash. Yum. And you were saying earlier in Daniel's live stream, you got to be careful with your sugars. So I guess a diet ginger ale definitely satisfy that. I'm watching my sugars for the fatness. That's why I'm having diet sweet tea all the time. And Amy, hey Amy, good to see you. Glad you're here. Amy's Cozy Place, if you guys don't know, she's got a very fun channel showing us how she's winning the week every single day, overcoming whatever challenges life throws her way. She's got zero sugar, wild cherry Pepsi. Gosh, you guys are making me jealous, man. M's got Gatorade. And Catherine says, hubby will cut me a piece of watermelon. You been on a watermelon kick? That's perfect in the summer, isn't it? That is really good. Catherine says, you had me until you said Pepsi. I'm one of those weirdos that likes Coke and Pepsi, but only diet. I like Diet Coke and I like Diet Pepsi. And no, I don't think they taste the same. I'm not saying I like them both because they're the same. They're definitely not the same. But I like them both. They're different, but I like them both. So, well, hello there, Julie Jordan Scott. I'm so glad you were able to wander and find your way in here. You really went down the wrong way streets in YouTube to find us here. But I'm glad you did. Very good to see you here. Oh, okay. So you went. Okay, Catherine cut her live short because she found out that Julie was live. But and you guys were about done talking anyway. Yeah, that's what I got the impression that you were wrapping it up anyway. So it's tough to find a live stream time when somebody out there is not doing it already. Who's got the live stream time right opposite me? There's somebody else whose live is always going same time. It's not Heidi, is it? I can't remember. But she's great. She does a great job. The nice thing about live streams is you can watch them on replay. Because I always go back and watch hers again. But except my mind is drawing a blank right there for the name. I don't think it's Heidi. Anyway, you guys will remind me. And then here's Catherine and Julie saying, "Oh, I'm sorry you had to cut your live stream short." And Catherine saying, "No, it's okay. I wanted to be in yours. We were done." Everybody's so nice to each other. I was saying that as I was recording my weekly video just this morning, as I was driving over to my weekly Wednesday morning breakfast with my buddies. I was recording my Wednesday morning portion of my weekly video, and I was saying how nice everybody is in the live stream and inviting people to come over to the live stream. It's really funny because I remember specifically people talking about YouTube comments sections were the worst places on earth, right? They were places like you could see memes of people quoting Star Wars, saying the YouTube comment section, you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. But it really has not been my experience for as long as I've been doing videos and as long as I've been doing live streams. I think that the people we got in our circle are just really, really nice, fantastic people. By the way, did you notice I got the window open? I heard that there's possibly going to be some thunderstorms. Maybe we'll have some thunderstorms coming our way. So I left the window curtain open in the hopes that maybe we'd get a thunderstorm tonight. I don't know, but it is getting dark out there. We'll see. You can see my neighborhood outside here. I have a weird situation. I live on a cul-de-sac. In a house, but at the end of my cul-de-sac, right at the very head of the cul-de-sac, I guess you would say, like where the end of the cul-de-sac is, there are condominium buildings, like upstairs, downstairs condos, not apartments, but they're individually owned condos. But that happens a lot down in South Florida. Down here, there's a lot of residential neighborhoods that are houses, but at the very end of the cul-de-sac, they put a couple of condominium buildings because they can make a fortune off those. And a lot of times the builders will pop a couple of those in just to make a little bit of cash on what would have been 2 housing lots. They'll put up a couple of buildings or something. So anyway, get a peek at my neighborhood here, and maybe we will get a lightning storm show tonight. That would be pretty cool. Maybe. Yeah, I agree, Amy. It seems like she's doing it on purpose, the kitty cat here, but I'm not positive about the tail. I think the tail might be a mind of her own kind of thing or something, though. Let's see here. Dana's in the house. Hello there, Cookie Mom. How are you doing, Dana, the Cookie Mom? Hello, beautiful friends, she says. Hello, Suzuki. What do you need? What do you need? She hears me talking and talking and talking, and she wants to come over. Yes, Catherine, Daniel Outdoors does lives every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, so 2 hours before me or 1 hour before you. And Daniel was doing live streams right about the same time I started doing live streams a year ago. In fact, if you guys remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we celebrated our 1-year anniversary, 1-year birthday of doing live streams every Wednesday night. Haven't missed a Wednesday yet. But Daniel started doing live streams right about the same time I did. And I've been going to his live streams, and he usually shows up at my live streams. But he goes and gets dinner after his live stream, so he takes a while to show up. You know what, Mike? That's correct. It was Rhonda. That's who I'm thinking of, was Rhonda. Is she not doing it anymore now, Mike? You say it used to be Rhonda who was live streaming opposite me and across from me. I don't know if she still is or not. I assume that she was. Maybe she's not. You would know better than me, Mike. Let me know what you know. Fill me in on the scoop. Yep, CL beat me to the punch and answered your question. Daniel is live every Wednesday, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern. That would be 5 o'clock western edge of the Florida Peninsula and 6 o'clock the rest of Florida time. Mike says, I'm at the campsite bar. They're having wings, and I'm also able to do laundry. Wow, that's great. So you can do your laundry, have some wings, chill out at the bar, watch a little bit of TV or something. That sounds really nice. And if the weather's turning nice, I bet it's going to be an awesome place to just hang out. That's very cool. Wow, nice. Oh, Catherine, you say you took her slot. So no Rhondas on Wednesdays, But you took her slot, but not exactly, because you're an hour ahead. She used to be on the same time as me at 8. So you're an hour earlier at 7 Eastern or 6 Western tip of Florida Peninsula time. That's its official name. If you didn't know, if you look it up at the Naval Observatory in Washington, D.C., they've got all the time zones mapped out, and there's Florida time, and then there's western edge of Florida time, and then the next one over after that is the mountains that you cannot see from Florida time, and then way on the other side of the country there's a time zone called the other coast from Florida time. So those are the 4 time zones that are in the mainland here. Florida, western edge of Florida, Florida's next door neighbors, mountains you can almost see from Florida, and the ocean not connected to Florida time zone. Those are the 4 time zones. So, all right, so Mike has the answer here. Rhonda stopped doing live streams on Wednesdays. It got to be too much. She said she just does pop-ups every once in a while. That's a good idea. You got to take a break when it gets too much, you know. It's tough maintaining a weekly schedule. I got to be honest with you. It's a lot of work putting these together. Coming up with what you're going to say and thinking it through and coming up with something to talk about, everything. Yep. Very cool. Well, speaking of that, let's do this. We got to do our commenter and encourager of the week. And if you were here at the very top of the show when I gave you the rundown of what I plan to talk about, I mentioned that there is a runner-up. And I don't see our runner-up yet in the chat, but I'm going to go ahead and pop his face up, and that'll actually summon him. So if I say his name, that will actually summon him to the house. So the honorable mention is Cheddar Boy E, and that was basically just a thanks because he put out a video that was really cute. It's called "The Silly Voice in Your Head is Lying to You." That's that negative voice that tells you that you're not good enough and that you can't do and you can't win. And he said that voice inside is lying to you. And he gave me a little shout out. How about that? He said winning the week, and he was talking about, you know, how sometimes I say that a really good way to learn a subject is to teach it. If you want to learn something, teach it. You have to learn it in order to teach it. So Kyle there gave me a shout out for that. So thank you, Kyle. Way to go, Kyle, with the honorable mention there. And I believe he was encourager of the week last week, if I'm not mistaken. He might have been comment, but I think he was encourager of the week. So the commenter of the week is somebody some of you may have never heard of. But this YouTube channel, or account really, called Smiling Oma 333 has been in our a comment section for a few weeks now. Smiling Oma has dropped in to make some nice, long, encouraging comments. In fact, what I quote here is just a portion of what she commented on in my most recent video from Monday. You remember the video, "Better to Remain Quiet and Be Thoughtful." Another Mark Twain quote. So let's just take a look at Smiling Oma's comment of the week. It says, "This video's topic reminded me of From Down Under to South Downs video." By the way, I don't know that YouTube channel. I have to check that out. And remember to look that up. Their video last week about Americans' superpower and how we as Americans tend to be very encouraging and believing in others. One of the viewers left a comment that resonated. Quote, "By offering light to others, you don't dim your own light," end quote. I truly believe and embrace this, and it's kind of like a litmus test for me to help navigate those who are not as gentle-spirited, whose egos want all the praise and adoration and yet can't bring themselves to lift others up as well, for fear it'll make them weak or take away some of their own sparkle. So Smiling Oma here, coming through with the comment of the week, making a lot of great points. And of course I think she's making a great point. She was agreeing with me, so obviously... duh, it's a great point. See, to get comment of the week, all you got to do is agree with me, silly. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just being silly, of course. Smiling Oma, what a great name. I agree. Yes, indeed, Julie. What a great name. And I see our friend Tyler dropped in. How's it going, Mr. Tyler? Good to see you, sir. It has been a long week. Well, it's only half over, my friend. But the good news is you are past the hump. It's all downhill from here. I can see the weekend from here, Tyler. So, everything is going good, buddy. You got it. And The encourager of the week. Who is the encourager of the week? Well, now, that would be Mark Twain himself, a man getting encourager of the week from the grave. He said, "When a man loves cats, I'm his friend and comrade without further introduction." So I thought that was a great quote. CL, was that you who told me that quote in somebody's comment somewhere? I think that was you who introduced that quote to me. So if I'm right, now the thing is, I hear CL sends me quotes and says stuff, and I see her in everybody's comments all the time. So I could be mistaken. I could be conflating and mixing up things very badly here. And if so, I apologize. But CL, you're just always inspiring me anyway. So that comment of the week actually, I believe, comes to me by way of CL. So a reminder, I have been telling you guys to send me your video clips for a while. I said, get out your phone and record a short video. Tell me how you're winning the week, and I'll put it in the future video. Well, that's what I said, and that's what I've been doing. And as you guys have seen in recent videos, whoa, this chair just started rolling away. This gravity took over. Why would I roll away? I thought this floor was level. Bye, Tracy. Thanks for dropping in. Thanks. See you later. Tracy just came to see if she was comment of the week. That's the only reason she hung around at all. No, I'm just playing, Tracy. CL is fantastic. I agree, Julie, 100%. Oh, CL, am I mixing it up with Tracy? No wonder she left. She ran out of here because I misattributed. I misattributed the quote. Was it Tracy who said the kitty cat quote about Mark Twain? Well, no wonder she said she's got to leave. No, nice to see you, because I misattributed her quote to you. Well, I that's 50 demerits right there for Slytherin. Dang, hate when that happens. So here's the thing. It got in my mind to think about this idea to send me your video clips. And you guys saw that I have Mike Adventure Sparks clips in this week's video, and we've had Allie and a few others. But I started to think, what is this doing to retention on the channel? And you guys know retention. Retention is, there's a graph you can see in your analytics that says for the entire length of the video, when are people watching and when are people leaving? And when are people staying, and even tells you when people rewind and watch something a second time. And it was on my mind that maybe these videos are hurting. Maybe these are hurting the channel, and maybe nobody's liking these. And maybe every time I put one of those clips in, people like scroll away. They go, they hit the back button and go watch something else. And I thought, man, I might be really doing myself in here. That might be a terrible idea. So I looked at the statistics to see, and I pulled up 3 or 4 of my recent videos, and I looked at the retention graph, which shows you a little sloping down graph of when people left the video. They watched till this long, and like at 2 minutes in, 80% are watching, and at 3 minutes in, 70% are watching. At 4 minutes in, it's only 50% are watching, and by 5 minutes in, and now my videos lately have been really long too. These videos have been, yikes, they've been long, right? 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So were people still watching? Well, the answer is, heck yeah. Not only were people watching, every single time I put one of those clips in, it actually bumps up the view count. So people are, and the only way you can bump that up is if people actually hit rewind and watched it more than once. So, for example, like if I put Mike's clip in there, and somebody sees it and rewinds it to watch it again, or maybe they want to show somebody. You know how you can copy the URL of a video at the exact time of a timestamp and send it to somebody? Well, maybe somebody wanted to share somebody's clip with somebody else, and they followed the link and they came to my video right there at that point where that timestamp was. Well, then they're going to increase the view count at that section. So without fail, every single one of these clips, whether it was Fred, whether it was Allie, whether it was Mike, whether it was Jen, every single one of these clips that people have sent me and I put in my videos, during that part, there's an increase of people watching. So it's obviously not hurting anything. So I'm obviously not going to stop. So Allie sent me a very humorous clip, which I have added to this week's video. And I think you guys will get a kick out of what she's doing and where she is in that in that clip. So I was pleasantly surprised, very pleasantly surprised to see that, yeah, it doesn't hurt anything. In fact, you get a little bump. So you guys want to send me a clip, grab your phone, turn your phone sideways, hit record on the video and talk to it. Give it 30 seconds. Doesn't have to be long. I'd prefer it not to be long, as a matter of fact. 30 seconds to a minute, something like that. And just tell me how you're winning your week. Drop it in, say hi to everybody, and that's it. Say bye. And there's a link in the, like I said, you could give it to me in Discord. You can send it to me in email. My email address is in the channel description if you want to find it there. So easy peasy. Record a video and say hi. And CL, you don't have to show your face if you want to make a video and send it my way. Don't have to have a face in it. All right, Glenn is in the house, everybody. Say hi to Pearlman. Good to see you, buddy. I was enjoying your comments over at Daniel's, but you went crazy for a second there and you typed the same comment about 100 times, at least on my screen at Daniel's. I don't know what was going on. I can't remember what the comment you wrote now was, but it was funny. It was almost like you were stuck in a copy-paste time loop or something. I don't know what was going on, but you pasted the same comment about 100 times there. That was pretty funny. Very funny, man. Very funny. I don't know what was going on. So let's see what I missed in the chat. Let's see here. Tracy says, I'm proud of him for releasing that video today. And I don't know who you're talking to. Oh, Cheddar. Yes, the Cheddar was the video where he said, you know, that voice inside your head is lying to you. Very good job, Cheddar. And he didn't even hide behind his wizard beard. Showed me his pretty face in that video. He's so nice. What a great guy. And Julie says, hey, Tracy, time fluctuates in making the schedule every week, usually between 5 and 8. Okay, cool. Let's see what else we're missing here. Julie says, I'm taking notes on all the different, probably on all the different live stream schedules everybody's throwing around. Catherine says she watched several of Cheddar's vids this morning. Awesome. That's cool. Blast the confetti. EL says, blast the confetti. Let's see here. CL says, come on, Friday. It's almost quitting time. I tell you, we can see the weekend from here, Tyler, 100%. And look who's back. Em is back in town. Very good. We barely missed you. Just kidding. We knew you'd be back. Let's see here. Everybody's saying how great CL is, which we all knew that. Julie, if you want to make a clip, she asked, where do we send the clips? There is an email address in the channel description, and I'm hesitant to say it on the live stream because that tends to attract spammers. But it's the name of this channel, right? Winning the Week, followed by 3 number 7s in a row at gmail.com. So maybe that'll beat the spammers, or maybe they'll catch it anyway. There's no way to avoid spammers. But if you want to send me a clip, Julie, that would be awesome. I would love that, and I will have that wrapped up into our next video. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi to Glenn when he first showed up. Mike, is it your weekend now? Or, oh, he says, oh, weekend for me, but I think that was a typo. I think he meant to say no weekend for me, because Mike has been taking every opportunity to work as many hours as he possibly can right now. He's taking every hour they'll offer. So he's basically working like 70, 80-hour weeks, multiple weeks on end. And I hope you're taking care of yourself enough to at least relax a little bit, Mikey. Including sitting at the campsite bar once in a while and having some wings. That's a good time, some downtime. Very good. Well, hello there, Mr. Chairman. Good to see you again. As soon as I start talking, that's when I leave, he says. I leave exactly at that point. Very good. Good to see you, man. How's it going? Good. Glad you're here. Yes, Julie, exactly. Special guest stars for the win. I was really surprised. I was pleasantly surprised, but I was really surprised to see that retention not only didn't drop off with those guest shot videos, but actually went up a hair. Pretty crazy. That's right, Perlman. Not only did you do it once, you did it once, but you also called me out. You called me out and said, get out of that truck and get back out into nature, dummy, which I promptly did, which is funny because you sent that right as I was headed to a really nice park. That was when I went to that park with the really cool observation tower. Remember that, Glenn? Well, hello there, Rhonda. How are you doing? We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? We were talking about the fact that your live stream I thought your live stream was still opposite from my time, but Mike says you're taking a break from those. I didn't realize that. I was talking about that people need to be sure if they're in this live stream, they need to go watch yours on replay. And if they're in your live stream, they can always come over and watch this replay. But he said you're taking a little break, which is always good to get out and take a little break, because this thing can get to be a grind doing it too much, you know? Like I said, we just recently celebrated 1 full year of doing it every Wednesday night without fail. Haven't missed a single Wednesday. And I'm not going to pretend like, you don't feel it after a while. Coming up all this kind of crazy material to talk about. For example, what if we did the tip of the day? Let's do the tip of the day, you guys. And today's tip is my beloved Yeti thermoses. I have so many of these darn things. You almost think I'm addicted to them. But what I love about them is this, they call it a chug cap. I mean, it's nice that it keeps stuff cold, and it is very, very insulated and very well sealed, etc. These are the 36 ounces, but I've got a few of those. I've got a few of those ones that are 24, 28 ounces too, Ramblers. But I really like these because these big bad Larrys here, they'll hold like a quart, basically. Not exactly, but when you buy your Publix Diet Sweet Tea by the gallon, these things are great. They're leak proof, they're stainless steel, they'll hold a drink cold forever, all day. But my favorite feature, like I said, is this chug cap. So this is my tip of the day. This chug cap is so easy to drink out of. It's kind of like drinking out of an old-fashioned Coca-Cola bottle. That's what it really feels like. It's really smooth. It's not like some kind of mold line or something like a lot of plastic. It's really, really smooth, and it's nice. It comes with this lid that you can see in the picture. It screws down on top like that, and then gives you a nice handle to hold on to. I usually hook it onto a carabiner on a bag or something. But the great thing is, look at how much real estate you get for stickers. My goodness. Oh, here's a pretty sticker. Look at this guy. He's really super handsome. So you got all this room for stickers, which is the most important part of any thermos. And they're just so yummy to drink out of. It actually makes the drink taste better, if you ask me, because like I said, this chug cap reminds me a lot of like an old-fashioned glass Coca-Cola bottle. Yummy, yummy. So that QR code takes you over to my Amazon affiliate store. If you're interested, that's my tip of the day. I'm a big fan of those things. I got too many of them. But let's jump. Oh, is Allie here? I see you guys saying hi to Allie. Hey, Allie, how's it going? What's up, cool kid? Good to see you. I see you in the comments every once in a while. I look over there and see what's up. So let's see. I just want to miss. Oh, by the way, and looks like Ben in real life is here. Hello, Cookie Monster. Very good. Now, last week, I have learned from one of my friends that she dropped in and she said hi. This is a person I know like locally in real life. Speaking of Ben in real life. She dropped into the chat and said hi, but I never saw it. I was scrolling too much and I went right past it. And my friend Jody was in the live stream watching for a little bit, dropped into the chat and said hi. I never saw it. So I felt terrible when she told me that, and I wish I had noticed it. So I'm kind of counting on you guys to help keep an eye on the chat too when I'm talking about this other nonsense. And I'm about to go off on a tangent right now. I'm warning you. So Kim says her husband has the exact same one that I have in red. Those Yeti brand products are great. He works in the woods and in the mills 15 hours a day, and it keeps ice all day. Yep, for sure. So I'm about to go on a tangent here about the video and the channel. And you guys keep an eye on the chat for me in case here. And I see Life with Gen X Values finally showed up just as we're about to talk about her behind her back. Just kidding. We're not really about to talk to you. But yes, we missed you, Jen. In fact, earlier on, I said something that you missed at the beginning of the video. You'll have to rewind. Maybe later you can go back and watch the beginning part because I did mention you for sure. So this week's video that came out on Monday, it's better to remain quiet and be thought a fool. A couple things I want to point out on this, right? The actual title of the video, not looking at the thumbnail, but the title itself, I'm trying this A/B testing, which is when you can run multiple titles and see if either one performs better. Now, every time I've ever done this, my video has not gotten enough views to have any meaningful data, and always says test inconclusive. But I thought I would try it. And you can see the two choices says stop looking foolish in public, how gentleness can change how people see you, or stop feeling foolish, looking foolish and feeling foolish. And this title is actually built on a model that Brian G. Johnson, the YouTube, what would you call him? He's not a guru. He's a Brian G. Johnson. I guess he's a YouTube advice guy. Let's call him that. But he has this title strategy where you identify an enemy, and then you phrase the title of the video along the lines of stop or kill or destroy or whatever the enemy, and you name the enemy, right? And my enemy in this title is looking foolish in public, right? So I say stop looking foolish in public. Looking foolish in public is the enemy that I've identified, right? And then I say how, and then a virtue. The virtue is how gentleness, that's a specific virtue that people can have, can, and then put in there a change in their life that people desire, right? And so the change I put in there is change how people see you. So stop looking foolish in public, how gentleness can change how people see you. Or stop feeling foolish in public, how gentleness can change how people see you. Now, the reality is the important thing about changing how people see you is realizing that people aren't seeing you at all. They're not looking at you. They don't care about you. They're not paying attention to you. They're too wrapped up in their own lives, and they're too worried thinking about what other people are thinking about them. So everybody who's walking around that you think is thinking something about you is actually worried what everybody's thinking about them, and they don't even know you're there most of the time. Remember I told you guys last week, I told you a story about the motorcycle rider friend of mine who would red mist and chase down the guy that passed him. But those people didn't even know he was there, but he took it personal. And it's the same thing when you're walking around thinking that people are looking at you or how they see you, they're not even paying attention to you. That's really the overall message, not just of this one video. That could almost be the message of the whole darn YouTube channel, if you ask me. So I'm following Brian G. Johnson's Stop the Enemy, How a Virtue Can Change a People Desire, and I changed it up. But I'm not sure if stop looking foolish or stop feeling foolish is more accurate or beneficial, correct. But which one do you guys think is the more effective word, looking or feeling foolish? What do you think people are more afraid of? Are people more afraid of looking foolish or feeling foolish? Drop either the word looking or feeling as a one-word comment in the chat, and I'm going to watch the chat and see who's here and if you guys vote. I see Pam is here. How you doing, Pam? Hello. Hello, says our Canadian friend. Now we have double the Canadians in the house. We've got Jen and Pam. Yes, exactly, Jen. You went back and saw what the comment was about you. It's 300 comment goal tonight. We have 233 already, so 236 comments. We're definitely hitting 300. I definitely made the goal way too low. So let's see who's voting. Is stop looking foolish or stop feeling foolish? So far, Catherine likes feeling, Kim likes feeling, CL likes looking, Fred likes feeling, Geraldine likes looking, Ben says it's darn tooting. Jody is here. Hey, Jody. I was just talking about you. Were you here when I was talking about you, Jody? Feeling is what Jody says. And let's see. Miss M says neither. That's a very Miss M answer. Very sure. Pam likes looking. Chairman says feeling. Jen says feeling. All right. It looks to me like it's kind of 50-50, isn't it? I think you guys are kind of making the point that it doesn't really matter. It could be either one. So, Jody, I hope you were there a minute ago. I was just now a second ago. Well, hello, Logan. Welcome home.
Thank you.
How was your wonderful day at work today? Was it the best day you've ever had?
It was close.
Pretty close? Yeah, good. That's good. Logan's home. Okay, you were here. Good, Jody. I'm glad you were here when I was talking about you. In fact, that's probably why you showed up, because when I talk about people, they just show up magically. Seems like that's the way it works. It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm saying, hey, somebody's talking about you. You better go see what they're saying, right? Very cool. Why are you calling? Oh, why are you calling Mike a smart butt? Because he's using the magical Guinness emojis, or for another? Oh, because he said, "Miss M, I'm watching you." I see it now. Very funny. Cookie Monster Ben says, "I feel like I would rather feel foolish because that is internal only. I know than looking foolish is external, and more people know." That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good idea. Good point. I didn't think about that, but that's pretty smart. You're a smart Cookie Monster right there, Mr. Ben. Very good. You're pretty smart in real life. So, this video that came out on Monday, let's talk about it for a second. I got some thoughts on it. I got some ideas. So, stop looking or feeling foolish in public, how gentleness can change how people see you. I talked a little bit throughout the week. I recorded the video all throughout the week and brought you along on my journey throughout the week. I talked a little bit about humility and meekness, a quiet strength, the idea of being chill, that birth of cool. Remember, we talked a little bit about the cool factor and how it looks cool to be chill. And we talked a little bit about that idea, speak less and to be thought smart, which is actually what the thumbnail is referring to. The thumbnail says it's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. So also a forgiving spirit, the idea of gentleness can come out in people in a forgiving spirit, which, as I said in the video, is something I'm working on. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying. So I'm curious. This is the penultimate video in the series, which means this is the next to last one. I've done this long series now, and I put out 8 videos. There's one more to go. This is the 8th week in a row where I've taken you through my entire week and tried to talk about a virtue that it seems like would make us better people, better citizens, make a better society if more people would practice these virtues, right? Patience, love, these kind of things. Talking so much, it's time for another simultaneous sip. Grab your Publix Diet Sweet Tea. I need it. Yummy. Oh, I about finished it off. It's all gone. No fear, though, because we have a whole nother 36 ounces right here, ready to roll. America, land of the free. So has this series that I put out for the past 8 weeks, with one more to come, helped you? Say it helped in the comments. I'll take a look at the comments and see if you got anything out of this series for the past 8 weeks. I have definitely enjoyed bringing you along. Definitely enjoyed taking you through my entire week. And here's the interesting thing. Like I said, this is the next to the last video, the one that came out on Monday. The very last video of this series is what I'm recording right now. This week, here it is, August 5th. And this week, August 3 through 7th, I'm filming the final video in this series. So CL says it helped. Fred says it helped. Excellent. Very good. Flight Quest is in the house. How's it going, Flight Quest? I'm glad you're here, buddy. Finished uploading part 3 of Flying into Hell's Canyon. Grabbing my beverage for a sip. Excellent. In part 4 we go. Fantastic. Very cool. Glad to see you here, Flight Quest. Very good to see you. Ben cracks me up. So, this being the last week that I'm recording this series, what do I do next? What do I talk about now that this series is over? Well, I have some thoughts. As you know, I recorded 3 videos for Rob the Maritimer's video challenge and intentionally embarrassed myself, intentionally took myself out in public and filmed myself talking in public at the mall, talking in public at the very busy mall, and then dancing in public at the entryway to Publix, annoying all kinds of shoppers. That was the most embarrassing of all. So I decided to compare the embarrassment videos, which there's only 3 of them, with the 8 videos I've put out so far on this Wisdom for Your Journey. A walk through the abstract concepts that constitute our personality. This series engages our vulnerable side and helps us consider what makes us a better person. That's 8 videos. And as you can see, the statistics here, 228 views over 8 videos. Now, this is for a time range to make it equal, I've only done the dancing in public for the past 4 weeks. So although the 8 videos really go back 8 weeks, I only counted the same time range. So it would be an apples to apples comparison. So over 4 weeks, the 8 videos got 228 views, with a new video coming out every Monday. Then, on the other hand, we have our Embarrassing Myself on Purpose videos, Mission Embarrassment, a raw and vulnerable series where I document my intentional journey into discomfort to build resilience. This includes videos like filming myself in public and dancing in public. So those 3 videos had 826 views compared to 8 videos having 228 views. Oh my gravy. And then if you look at the far right-hand side there, we did get more watch hours, more watch time in hours out of the 8 videos than the 3 videos. But if you think about it, that makes sense because those 8 videos are all 35 to 40 minutes apiece. So you get a lot more watch time on a longer video. But boy, I tell you, it's not that far off. 3 videos that were only 10 to 15 minutes long, giving you 27 hours of watch time. What if I had 8 of those things out there? What if I had 8 embarrassment videos up against 8 wisdom for your journey videos? I probably would have destroyed them. So these statistics here are showing that with only 3 videos out, the public embarrassment videos did much better, much better. Then there's another statistic we can look at, which is if we look at the top videos for this period for each series, right? So for this 4-week series, the top 8 videos, as you can see on the left-hand side, these are the top videos, and they got 74 views, 66 views, 51 views, 47 views, 27 views. Now look at these 3 videos. In the same period of time, these 3 videos got 226 views, 413 views, and 187 views. It's just blowing it out of the water, you guys. These embarrassment videos are doing much better. But there is a caveat. There's a potential reason why, and that is because they were running as part of the Rob the Maritimer Challenge. And he's got an entire community of 100,000 subscribers and hundreds of thousands of people watching his videos. And I don't know how many people he had participating in this challenge, but that's got to skew these numbers somewhat. So I have to keep that in mind. In other words, if I make a mission embarrassment video now that's not part of his challenge, will it still get these kind of views? Will it still get 200 or 300 or 400 views compared to 50 views for these other videos? I don't know. But I know one way to find out. But I need to keep it in mind that it's very possible that a reason why there's so many views is because the people in his challenge came and watched them. And that's not always going to be the case. There's not always going to be Rob the Maritimer's audience crossing over looking at my videos because I was in his challenge. So I can't just assume flat across the board, 100%. So what did I do about that? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I asked AI, and AI is very good at flattering you and telling you exactly what you want to hear. So obviously I turned to AI and I said, hey, AI. And now I use the AI that has access to the statistics on my channel. You guys know about the Ask YouTube feature. If you have a YouTube channel, there's an Ask feature that is an AI that has access to your analytics and your statistics. So I asked it, I said, hey, let's talk about top engagement on my channel and what videos, topics, tone, style, and topics are driving it. Yes, I said topics twice. Sometimes to get it through to the AI's thick skull, you got to really drill it in. So I said, yes, video, topics, tone, style, and topics. That's a trick, by the way. When you're talking to AI, repeat a word twice and it gets through to them. So the AI said back to me in its usual jovial, friendly tone, it said, good news, Scott. You've got a clear signal here. Let me break down what's actually driving engagement. Comments plus likes relative to views. Not just raw view counts. The big pattern, vulnerability content crushes engagement. Shorts crush volume but not depth. Long form versus shorts. Now, by the way, I knew this. I had already pretty much given up on shorts. I don't know why it went on this tangent about shorts, because I pretty much gave up on shorts anyway. I don't think they do any good. I don't think they're a great billboard. I don't think they bring long-term revisiting, returning viewers who are part of the community, who show up on a live stream and become friends over time. That's not shorts viewers. Shorts viewers are people who scroll on their phone when they're sitting on the potty, and they watch and they laugh at your video, and maybe they give you a thumbs up, and then they keep on going and you never see them again. That's shorts viewers. So anyway, AI continues. For the past 100-day window, long-form videos got 18.8% average engagement with 148 average views. Shorts only got 4% average engagement with 576 average views. Shorts pull more eyeballs, but your long-form videos generate roughly 4 to 5 times more engagement per view. If your goal is community depth, which fits the cool kids table, long-form is where the real connection is happening. So that was basically telling me what I already knew. Shorts are fun because they give you a quick dopamine of 1,000 views in a couple hours. But after that, you never see those people again, and they don't do anything for your channel. Long form. So let's continue. Let's see what else AI had to say. AI says, what's winning inside long form? The Mission Embarrassment Social Anxiety Series. This is your standout topic cluster right now. Embarrassing myself on purpose got a 2.6% outlier with 187 views, 65 comments, and 17% engagement. That's 2.6x outlier. That means that 2.6 times your usual views. The I'm humiliating myself on purpose video was a 5.3x outlier with 413 views, 43 comments, and 5% engagement. What are you guys talking about? Your AI doesn't talk like this. What are you talking about? This isn't an accent. This is just how the AI sounds, you guys. Everybody's AI sounds like this, right? The Become Unembarrassable, Humiliate Yourself on Purpose video got a 2.3x outlier with 209 views, 82 comments, 16.27% engagement. These videos represent the highest comment to view ratio on the channel. People aren't just watching, they're processing your own social anxiety in your comment section. Now that really stood out to me, that last line. Sometimes AI really can hit a nerve and make you wonder, did it just have a stroke of genius or did it just have a stroke? Well, in this particular case, it might be a stroke of genius here. It said people aren't just watching, they're processing their own social anxiety in your comment section. You guys, that's exactly what I've been hoping for. That's exactly what I've been hoping for in the long form, take you through my whole week, talk about a virtue videos. And here it is happening on accident in this silly little challenge that I set for myself of go out and embarrass yourself. And I go out and embarrass myself in public, and people talk through their own social anxiety about being embarrassed in the comment section. It's exactly what I wanted all along. Thank you for pointing this out, AI. Thank you. AI then continues. The second cluster, direct address vulnerability titles with huge comment counts relative to views. Several videos with modest view counts, 60 to 100, are pulling 50 to 60 comments each. For example, Are You Anxious and Stuck? How to Stop Intrusive Thoughts has 98 views but 60 comments. I'm Out of Pace Failing at YouTube has a 1.5x outlier with 105 views and 60 comments. How Doing Good is Just Good Enough, that's 74 views and 60 comments. And look at this. How to Bring Love Back into Your Life has 77 views and 54 comments. Your audience craves emotional permission. These videos function almost like a support group, not a lecture. Now, that's really interesting, and I had never really thought about this connection between how many views and how many comments, okay? I had noticed it. I had noticed it in the stats before that, oh, this video got 77 views and 54 comments. Wow, this video got 74 views and 60 comments. Almost got as many comments as it did views. Now, let's get a reality check. let's get a reality check. Can anyone here think of what the reality is? Use your thinking cap. What's the reality check? What's the reality check on this statistic? The number of comments versus the number of views. You guys think about it for a second. Type it in. You think that my AI voice should have you drinking tea? We all should be drinking tea. And Old Man Copper says, well, drinking Foster's. Oh, that's good beer. Yeah, that British accent was sort of slipping slightly towards Australian. Pam says, it wasn't terribly funny, but sometimes my intrusive thoughts win. CL says, your community is a chatty bunch and you reply to everyone. Bingo! CL has her thinking cap on. I reply to every comment. So when this thing says you got 61 comments, I really got 30 comments. When it says there's 54 comments, that means there's really 27 comments because I reply to every single comment. So half of these are me. So when it gets all excited and the AI says, oh my gosh, you guys, your percentage of comments to the percentage as a percentage of your views is really high. CL's 100% right. That is, half of them is me. I'm the one that replies to every single one of them. So good job, CL. That is 50 points for Slytherin right there. Well done. So the AI says, this is not me talking, this is the AI still, it says, bottom line, the Mission Embarrassment Social Anxiety series is your highest leverage content right now. It's converting small view counts into deep comment engagement, which is exactly the emotional permission pattern that grows a community and thus a channel. So I kind of agree. Even though it's basing it on the number of comments that are coming in, which is 50% me, I still think that it's right with the emotional permission. These videos give people emotional permission to talk it out in the comments. And yeah, half of them is me replying and encouraging, but the first half isn't. The first half is people feeling like they've got permission to speak out and sort of walk through and work through their emotions and their reaction to the video. And I think the Mission Embarrassment Social Anxiety series, even though it was only 3 videos, I think that that's a key. I think that that is something that will continue. And what I did this week, as I took you through my week here on Monday, when I went to Publix to go get several things, normally I leave you out in the car and I come back to the car and resume the video. Well, not this time. This time I mounted the camera on the shopping cart. I had my microphone right there on my t-shirt and I talked to the camera all the way through the grocery store. And it was highly embarrassing. I got seen by so many people who looked at me funny and looked at me kind of like, what's wrong with this person? Is this a crazy homeless person talking to himself over here or what? But it was awkward. And you can see in the top right picture there, me talking to one of the employees there, having a chat with one of the employees. It was highly embarrassing, but I am going to continue Mission Embarrassment and see where it takes me, see where it goes, and see if we don't continue to grow the channel and grow the number of subscribers, grow the number of viewers, grow the number of people showing up in live streams on Wednesday nights. Hey, you think it's not embarrassing to sit here rambling on a terrible British accent on a live stream with, oh my goodness, we got 323 commenters and 17 thumbs up. We're almost at our 20 thumbs up goal, guys. How many people are watching right now? 17 maximum so far during the night. We had a maximum of 17 viewers at one point and 22 right around 8:45. What time is it? Oh, it's 9 o'clock already. Wow. Boy, an hour goes right by when you're having fun. 22 people watching me at 8:45 do a silly accent. You think that's not embarrassing? Of course it is, but I believe that embarrassing yourself on purpose makes you unembarrassable. It makes you immune to embarrassment, so I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm going to keep embarrassing myself on public, including talking to the camera in Publix or wherever I go. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Now, I know you guys have been having some nice chats in here. I'm going to roll back and just take a peek and see what I miss. Let me see what I miss. I have to go back quite a bit because I talked for so darn much. All right, here we go. I've got caught up. Let's see, where is everybody? I see Jody had to take off. All right, cool kids, it's night for me to fly. Good night, Jody. Thank you for dropping in, Jody. If you ever get a chance to come back and watch the replay, maybe you'll enjoy the accent. And I asked everybody to tell me if it helped, and Allie said, your face helped. Ben in real life, Cookie Monster, says, note to Ben, go back and rewatch this breakdown when your mind is more clear. By the way, Scott, though, I love your breakdowns. And then Ben says, anyone play the game Meow Doku? I just started lately. Never heard of it. Nope, but I don't play video games anymore. CL says, Rob's community is great. Peanut is the unofficial leader. That is true. One of these days, Opal and Milky Way and Suzuki and Peanut will have an uprising, and they'll take over all the channels, and they will enslave us, and we will be the slave to our cats. Amy says, I agree. He says some words of wisdom that got me started. Rob is great. And Old Man Copper, right when he showed up, said, I think we'll get the views without Maritimers is vulnerability that can bring people in to watch. Thank you, Copper. That is very encouraging. I appreciate that. That's the thing I was kind of wondering about. Would people still watch these embarrassment videos without Rob's? Because trust me, some of Rob's audience came in and watched it. I saw in the comments people saying, I found you from Rob the Maritimer, because he mentions me by name in his live streams. Now that I said his name, he'll probably show up in the chat. He'll show up in here. But, yeah, he is great. But thank you, Copper. That's very encouraging for you to say you think that the views will still come on these channels, because it's the vulnerability that can bring people in to watch. I hope you're right, and I suspect you're right, Copper. Would one of you guys please remind me? I want to buy some of Copper's beard balm. He makes some really nice... Mike says it's really awesome beard balm, and I keep forgetting. Somebody needs to remind me of that when I'm not in the middle of a live stream. Remember last week I took notes on a notepad and wrote down all the things you guys told me, and I took care of all of them. I even made a Suzuki emoji. For those of you guys who are members, there is a Suzuki emoji now. Did you see it? Where is she? Here we go. Let's send that into the chat. Because I remembered, because I wrote it down in the notepad. So some of you guys remind me sometime like tomorrow or something. Copper, you yourself remind me sometime tomorrow that I got to go get some of that stuff. Ben says, me so scared of telling people I use AI because many will not watch or then hate you. Well, that's their problem, Ben. Allie says, eating dinner, be back later. That's okay. This is not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. Amy says, I hate doing shorts. I hear you. I know. Ben likes the voice impression. You should do that more. You do a great impression of an Australian. Not sure what that accent is. I don't know either. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't an accent. It was just AI talking. It wasn't even me. CL says, I stopped shorts months ago. They were not helping. I agree. Yeah, I gave up on them. They're not doing anything for me. You get a quick little dopamine hit because you get a 3,000 view video, but what's the point? They never come back. Copper says, shorts aren't bad now. They are on a separate algorithm they used to penalize your long form. It's different now. I don't really feel like they penalize me. I just don't feel like they help. I'm just like, it's like building a separate audience, I guess. That's the point of a separate algorithm. It builds a separate audience, but I just want to talk to you guys. You know, I want to see you in the live streams, and I want to talk to you on my weekly long form videos. That's just where it is, you know. Pam said exactly what I was thinking. Shorts viewers aren't wearing any shorts. Exactly. I'm not wearing shorts, but I've been thinking about getting a pair of shorts. I need to get a pair of camouflage pants shorts because it's so hot. M says, Pam, I got a vision that I didn't want to get. Eat my shorts is what Bart Simpson says. Exactly. Correct. Yep. And Amy says, my AI has Sam Elliott's voice. Sam Elliott's voice, especially from The Big Lebowski. Need a drink. Sam Elliott's voice is very cool. Did you know that Sam Elliott is the voice of Smokey Bear? I was this many years old, like today's years old. I learned it a week or two ago. The Sam Elliott has been the voice of Smokey Bear all this time, like ever since even those commercials in the 70s. Well, only you can prevent forest fires. That's Sam Elliott, you guys. My goodness gravy. Yep. Gen X says, very good, Pam. A reference to them sitting on the potty while watching shorts. That's right. Very good. Very good, Jenny. Who can I turn to? You give me something I can hang on to. Oh, you guys, I heard Huey Lewis today. I heard Hip to Be Square. What a great, great album Sports was, you guys. My goodness. Huey Lewis Sports was such a fantastic album. I heard it, of all things, on a shorts. There's a channel I watch called the C10 Truck Nerd. And the gentleman, his entire channel centers around this exact 67 to 72 Chevrolet C10 pickup truck, which I will own one. Mark my words, I will own one. And that's his channel. His entire channel centers around those, but he does a short once in a while. Now, I like what he does with shorts is when a new video is coming out, he does a short that comes out sort of the earlier in the day, a little bit before it, telling you that it's coming. That's kind of a cool idea. Maybe a short the day before, telling you, hey, it's been a while since I had a video. I got a video coming out tomorrow. Be sure you watch it. I think that's a pretty smart idea. And I did one of those. And right at the end of his video, I heard Huey singing, "It's Hip to Be Square." Boy, that brought me back. You know what got me on that topic was Jen here. Jenny, 8675309. You got me thinking about it. All right, let's see here. CL says, your community... Oh, that's when she got the answer right. Okay, I just got up to when she got the answer right. Dana thought the accent is just awesome. Catherine says, I'm drinking chamomile tea. So you'll be asleep. By the time I get to this comment, you'll be asleep. It is 9:08. Glenn, if you're still watching, drop a comment. Tell me what time it is so that when I finally get to it, I can see how far behind I am. M says her intrusive thoughts always win. Well, guess what? I've got a video about intrusive thoughts. Go to my channel after the live stream, search for the word intrusive thoughts, and you'll find my video on intrusive thoughts. Ben says if you like voice impressions, you should check out Brian Hull. I don't know who that is, but drop a link to a YouTube video, Ben, in the Discord so we can find that. That would be cool. CL says her comments are the same way. And Ben says, oh my FG beer, Foster's Australian for beer. One of my favorite commercial lines. It is a good Foster's. It's Australian for beer. M says her brain hurts to think today. And Copper says definitely one of the best advertisement jingles of all time. For sure. Yeah. It's Australian for beer. I tried a Foster's once when I was on a cruise ship. I saw that they had Foster's, and I said, let me try it. Let's see. What's this? Let's see what's all the fuss is about. Well, my opinion of Foster's is I'll take Guinness any day. So that's the way it is. Geraldine says, it's so cute when he says yummy. That's funny. Amy says, my comment's about the same. I answer all of them. I think it helps to show better engagement. I need to answer today's comments. Well, I feel like, I don't get that many comments compared to some of the bigger channels. So I definitely can reply to every comment. I've got time. There's not that many. So I owe it to every single person who drops a comment to give a thoughtful, actually thought out reply. And every time I reply to you guys, I think for a minute about what to say. Honestly, this is going to sound funny, but between comments and replying to comments and occasionally dropping a post in the community post, like a picture or something, and then hanging out in Discord, I have not felt the urge to go back to a place like Facebook or any of those other big social media sites in months. I haven't felt an urge or a draw to go hang out at any of those traditional social media sites because I got our comments section. If I want to post an opinion or a picture or something like that, I can post it on our community post page. And what did I post? That picture of the weather map, right? I would have in the past, I would have posted that joke on Facebook as a joke. I said, you can tell I must have washed my car because there's a thunderstorm coming. Well, I put that on the community post, and it fulfills that urge to share my silliness. Yep. Copper says, am I in Naples? You're in Clearwater. No, sir, I'm on the other coast. I am over in Coral Springs, if you know where Coral Springs is. In fact, Ta-da! Coral Springs represent the 954. If you're not sure where Coral Springs is, it's just to the northwest of Fort Lauderdale. So I'm probably 100 miles from you. You're in Clearwater. I know where that is, though. Everybody knows where Clearwater is. It's real pretty over there. You're in the place where like 90% of the folks up there are retired and stuff, right? CL says, "Oh no, a YouTuber in the wild." Exactly. Yes. And Pam says, "Oh, so it was different than normal." Are you talking about my silliness and being embarrassed and silly in public? Is that what you mean, Pam? Was it different than normal? If not, then I'm sorry. I apologize for getting to the comments so late and taking so long that I'm so far behind that I lose track of what the context of some of this stuff is. Sometimes it happens. Catherine says, "I might be bold enough to put my camera on a shopping cart." Yeah, why not? Yeah, it works. You guys want to see my setup? I'll show it to you. Let me grab it. So this is my I'm going YouTube bag, and inside here, this is my camera on a suction cup, on a what do you call these things? Magic arm, right? So this is the suction cup that I put on the windshield, and here's the camera. This is an Action 3. I have a Pocket 3 that I'm talking to right now. That's actually what I'm doing my live stream on, but I pretty much leave that here for live streaming all the time now and carry this because, first of all, it's an Action 3. I think they're up to 6 now, so if something happened to this and I broke it, I wouldn't cry. It'd be pretty easy to replace and pretty cheap to replace. If I took that expensive thing out and broke it, I'd be pretty upset. Which kind of defeats the purpose of get a Pocket 3 because it's meant for walking with the gimbal and everything. You guys see Mike's, the aging retiree, aka Otis, his video where he was walking in his neighborhood? That was with the Pocket 3. I could see the reflection in his sunglasses. He's got a Pocket 3, and that was a great looking video, by the way. So let me show you the thing I like about the thing that the DJI cameras have way over GoPro is you don't have to unscrew this little side thing to get the camera off. There's 2 little buttons on the side right here, and then it just comes right off. It is magnetic as well as a clip, so there's little side clips like this, right? And the mount on the bottom of the camera, it is magnetic, click, so it wants to pull itself to it, but then you click and it stays on. It's on really good. But it comes off very easily, and that's its benefit over the GoPro. And the other thing that's the downside of the GoPro is to change the batteries, you have to unscrew this thing and take that stupid mount off because it blocks the batteries on the bottom of the GoPro, at least the old ones it used to. Now, this is what I'm going to show you for the shopping cart setup. This is what I used because you can't stick a suction cup on a shopping cart. That doesn't work. So I have 2 of these. These little clippies. And why do I have 2? Because this one went missing and I couldn't find this one anywhere, so I bought another one knowing that once I bought it, this one would turn up, and it did. It was in my glove box of my car. I got nothing. I got no excuse. Anyway, I just clipped this onto the shopping cart, on the end of the shopping cart like this, and this little mounting hardware right here holds the camera. Clip, clank, boink, and it was just mounted to the shopping cart like that, looking up at my pretty face as I was shopping, staring at me. So those little alligator clip guys are pretty awesome. But I really like this suction cuppy thing. That was my tip of the day last week. Because the suction cup is so strong, it will not come off of the windshield. Now, I'll tell you something. The downside of putting your camera in the windshield and talking as you're driving is on a hot day, the camera overheats. And that happened to me. Camera overheats sitting in the windshield. So you got to find a place where it's not in direct sunlight. These cameras, when they overheat, they stop running. This is for you, Allie. Here you go. She loves that hair flip thing. Let's see here. So no, I'm not in Naples. I'm in Clearwater. Let me see. Where is Amy's comment about the shopping cart? because that was the last one I saw. Ooh, I lost it. Oh, it wasn't Amy, it was Catherine. Catherine said it. I might be bold enough to put my camera on a shopping cart. Yes, Catherine, do it. Why not? And Santa says, I'm on my own little mission as well. Ben says, I have a shopping cart bit in my next weekly crumbs. I just haven't posted it yet because I kind of want to rebrand it somehow so I'm not stuck to that weekly schedule. Well, let us know when it happens, Ben. Drop a note in Discord when you do your shopping cart bit and it comes out, because I want to know. Geraldine says, I got to go. Embarrass the week. Yeah, that's the new channel. That's the new channel title, but embarrass the week instead of winning the week. Right. Jenny says, you inspired me to keep talking on my live stream this week when a lady and her dog came over to say hi. It was extra embarrassing because I was using an English accent. That's funny. Very funny. Well, that's great. Yeah, if you're live streaming and somebody comes over to say hi or something, you gotta keep talking to the live stream. You can't just ignore them. Like when Logan comes in, right? Logan comes in and walks through, and he got home from work, my son, and he comes walking through. What am I going to do? Ignore him and not talk to him because I'm embarrassed? Of course I'm embarrassed, but I'm still going to say hi to him. And, well, it's embarrassing live streaming anyway. Now, Jen can speak these accents, Ben, because she lived in England. She's British lady living in Canada. Of course she can do all these accents. She's probably just comes totally comes naturally to her. Very cool. Yes, Amy's Cozy Place is a very, very cozy channel. You guys are gonna like it. Now, Catherine says, I subbed to you, but I thought I already was. And here's the thing, guys. Once again, I am frequently finding myself unsubscribed to channels that I know I was subscribed to, and I know I never unsubscribed to it. So I don't care what anybody says. I'm not going to be gaslit on this topic. I'm positive that YouTube unsubscribes, or at least there's a glitch. It may not be on purpose, but YouTube unsubscribes people from channels that they don't watch all that time. I don't know why. We're not bots. There's no reason to unsubscribe us. We're not fake. But I'll give you an example. There is a YouTube channel that I love. I've told you guys about this before. It's called Jetlag the Game. And it's these three young kids, late 20s, early 30s, making videos, traveling around the world, playing tag across a continent, playing tag across Japan, playing tag across South Korea, playing tag across Europe, hide and go seek across Europe. Well, they work on a season, and they put out a season, and it lasts like 6 episodes because there's 6 days of their chase. But then it takes them 2 or 3 months to make one. And so for 2 or 3 months, you don't get to watch videos. Maybe it's not as long. Maybe it's like 6 weeks or whatever it is. But they produce one, and during that time, you're not watching their videos. And then, poof, I'm not subscribed anymore. And a new season comes out, and I don't notice it right away because they unsubscribe me. It's the weirdest thing. YouTube unsubscribes people. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not believing anybody who says, hey, don't do that. I'm not getting gaslit on that anymore. Okay, and so Ben answers my question. Meowdoku is a phone game. It's like a combination of Sudoku and Minesweeper, which I always hated Minesweeper, never understood it, but this game is fun and makes me think. Minesweeper, I was good at. I understood the logic on it. Yep. Thanks, Copper. Good news. Okay. Just remind me tomorrow, because I will forget. After the live stream's over, it'll be slipped my mind, and I'll forget completely. I want to order some of that beard balm, my friend. So one way or the other, just you have my blessing. Come onto one of my videos, drop a comment, and drop the link to your shop on either on the comment to the live stream after the live stream is over. You know, the main comments, not these live chat ones, but the main comments that come up after the live stream is over. Either drop it in there or drop it in one of my other videos. Drop a link to the Old Man Copper Beard Balm store for me and everyone else to see. And that way I'll remember. When I see it, I'll remember to order. And heck, I'll throw it into your shout out. I'll do your producer shout out next live stream next Monday. I'll include a link to your store and everything in the shout out section. If you will just drop a link to that, where I will find it, and I will see it if you put a comment somewhere. Kimberly says that his spouse wife says, hashtag feral summer 2026, hashtag big girls, hashtag doing it afraid. My YouTube friend Just Missy declared this feral summer, and I did a video and I got 5,500 views for a silly video where I embarrassed myself. Wow, way to go, Kimberly. That's awesome. Good job. 5,500 views. I would fall over if I got a 5,500 view video. That would be crazy. I have had in my past a video with 87,000 views. That was a test ride of the Honda Goldwing when it first came out with an automatic transmission. And if you don't know, on a motorcycle, an automatic transmission is kind of like a travesty. It's just not done. But on the Honda Goldwing, which has reverse, they came out with an automatic transmission Honda Goldwing motorcycle. So we took test rides on them when they were brand new. And that video had 87,000 views. But that video is gone. It's gone now. And I had a few other videos with big views, but they're not around anymore. I don't still have them. I deleted. Yeah, Smokey the Bear, Amy. Yeah, isn't that crazy? We all grew up listening to Sam Elliott all along and didn't even know it. Yep. Flight Quest says, I'm waiting for more views for the first hour. No go, because everyone is watching Scott's live stream, but I am at 1 out of 10. Love it. That's funny, Flight Quest. That's really funny. Yep. Catherine says, I loved his one line in Back to the Future. Huey, yeah. I'm sorry, boys. You're just too darn loud. His one, when I saw that in theaters the very first time, when I saw Back to the Future in theaters, we're watching that scene, and Marty McFly and his band are playing up on stage, and the principal stands up and says into the megaphone, I'm sorry, boys. You're just too darn loud. And I didn't recognize that it was Huey Lewis. But right there in the middle of the movie theater, somebody stood up and pointed at the screen and said, hey, it's Huey. And the whole movie theater, you heard every voice in there go, oh. It was funny. And that was like 1985. And I still have that memory of that guy standing up, pointing at the screen in the middle of the movie theater. Hey, it's Huey. Oh, so yes, his one line, very well remembered. 100% correct, Catherine. Well spotted and well remembered. Hey, it's Huey. Let's see here. Yes, CL, I'm manifesting my truck. I will have that 1967 to 72 Chevrolet C10. I got it right there so I can look at it all the time. I would prefer a 1970 because that's the best year, but not just the best year of that truck. 1970 is just the best year, like ever. It's just the best year ever. So it's the year before Starbucks was invented. And it was the year after the moon landing. And it was just a great year, 1970. So I would love to have a 1970 Chevy C10 V8 small block Chevy. Do I have any takers? Yes? No? CL says, why you want a small block? Don't you want a big block? The answer is yes. The answer is why not both? But 67 to 72, I'd take anything in that range. For sure. M says, okay, cool kids, I need to go. I need to listen to music and get my mind ready for tomorrow's main doctor appointment. I finally see the GI doctor. The government issue doctor? Why are you going to a government issue doctor, M? Don't go to a government issue. Go to a real doctor. Go to like a people doctor. Don't go to GI. You're not in the army. I'm just kidding. Ben says, me would like to just manifest a... No, actually he says, me would like to just manifest a cookie. That's what he really says. Catherine says, M, I'll be praying and looking for updates. We're all praying for you, M, 100%. We're all praying. Lord bless M as she goes to see the GI doctor. Amen. Old man says, Catherine, I didn't see you here. Copper, she's been here the whole time. What are you talking about? And then Jenny says, I hope you get the answers you want from your appointment. And Amy says, you'll be in my prayers. And Catherine and Copper finally recognizing that each other here and greeting each other and seeing how they're doing. But they've both been in the same live chat for an hour, right? Very funny. That's hilarious. Cookie Monster says, anyone see that the Cookie Monster, the real one, sang the 7th inning stretch at the Cubs games? No, I did not see that, but that'd be awesome. Post a link to a video to that, Ben, in Discord. I would love to see the Cookie Monster singing Harry Carey's famous song. Nobody sang it better than Harry Carey, am I right? You know, I used to love the Cubs games because they played games during the day because Wrigley didn't have lights back in the good old days. And I worked midnights in my early 20s. I'd get home from working overnight. I started work at 11 and I worked till 7 in the morning. I'd come home in the morning, take a little nap, and I'd be awake by noon. And that was the only sleep I would get from, 8 or so till noon. And then we had a new baby at the time, but I'd get up around noon and 2 o'clock, the Cubs game would be on WGN on TV, and you could watch the Cubbies games during the daytime. So I was a Cubbies fan, even though I was a Florida baseball fan. I was a Cubbies fan too, and you got to love your Harry Carey. And let's see here. Benjamin says, I wish I got more comments. I get very little. I always appreciate you guys commenting. And CL replies, it's taking me 2 years to find my YouTube friends, Ben. All right, Copper. Thanks for hanging in there. Take it easy, buddy. See ya, man. And everybody's saying good night to Mr. Copper. Ben says, I wish I could give up social media. I wish I could quit you. Dana says 9:13 time check, and it's 9:28. So I'm about, 15 minutes behind? I'm about 15 minutes. That's nothing. CL liked Otis's video. I did too. His walk and talk in the neighborhood. I enjoyed the walk and talk. I enjoy listening to his voice. I enjoy his personality. The topic itself was not particularly relevant to me. It really did not resonate with me, but that's okay because I'm not retired. And his channel is called The Aging Retiree. And I am neither a retiree nor aging. If I'm anything, I'm aging backwards. I'm aging younger, but I'm not getting older, and I'm not retired. So, but it was nice to listen to him tell his story of his health journey. That was encouraging. But personally, not really a connection for me, but I enjoyed his personality. I enjoyed watching his videos. I like hearing his voice. I like seeing his style of delivery. And it was nice seeing him up and out of the office and walking around his neighborhood. Very pretty neighborhood. I think he's out in Arizona. Is that right? Yeah, he's in Arizona where the temperature gets up to 180. So, very cool. Catherine says, how much is a Pocket 3? Now I know how far back behind I am. It's like $800 or something, right, Catherine? They have a media kit that if you're going to get one, it makes sense to get because it gives you an extra battery with a longer handle that makes an extra battery handle. And a couple other goodies. I forget what, like a little miniature, little miniature tripod or something. It's worth getting. I think it's $800 or $900, something like that. Yes, ma'am, CL. The quick release on the tripod on the Action 3 from DJI. Maybe GoPro got around to catching up to that idea eventually, but I haven't looked at GoPros in a long time, so I don't know. I don't know. Pam says, I'm walking and listening, but I may lose you. That's okay. We got our 20 likes. You're right, CL. Way to go, everybody. We got our 20 likes. Yay. Nice job. And we are at 403 comments. So we beat both goals, both of our goals. And now everybody says hi, Logan. So now we know where we are in the chat. Very funny. Let's see. Catherine says, I think they do. Unsub folks. Surely I'm not that offensive or boring. Yeah. Well, part of it, Catherine, is that they unsubscribe people who from our channels who are actually bots. And there are bots out there. There's bots out there that basically they're subscribing to us so that they can comment to our videos and try to either sell us stuff or scam us or whatever. And YouTube's always removing those. So you'll see your subs go up and go down and go up and go down and go up and go down. And that's because they're removing bots. But they're also occasionally removing real people because I'm getting removed from people that I subscribe to, which honestly kind of ticks me off. But I don't know why they're doing it. Amy says, I'm going to shout out to you, Scott, in my next video. I can't say your name, so when I say Cot, please know I mean no offense. I would not think that there's any offense. I understand 100%, Amy. You can call me anything you want. You can call me Cotty. You can call me, when I was really little, my little brother, when he was a little baby, used to call me Dye. Dye. Because that's how he said Scotty. He said Dye. But Amy, you can call me anything you want. Hey, NBR, glad to see you here. How is it going, and how is your friend? NBR, if you don't know, has a really cool channel of his own. And you know what I'm going to do? He's new to the group. He's just started hanging out in Discord. Let me grab his... I want to grab his channel. And, dang it, silly thing. Hang on a second. I'm going to go to grab his channel and get the URL and send it back and paste it in the chat because I want you guys to check out NB Writer 1. Because the cool thing is he's also doing editing for his friend's channel as well. NB Writer 1 does editing for a blind fella who really cool stories and really cool channel as his wife kind of guides him around, and NB's doing the editing on that. So really cool. So I'm glad you're here, NB. How is things going? If you want us to call you something besides NB Writer 1, which is a silly thing to say, I'm happy to call you NB Writer 1 if that's what you want to be called. But if you want us to call you something else, you want to tell us a name, or you want to tell us something else, by all means, for sure, we'll call you whatever you want. We'll call you NB. We can call you Writer. You can call me Joe. You can call me Mo. But you doesn't have to call me Johnson. Oh, FlightQuest has an Aspen Cade Goldwing. We got a Goldwing rider in the house, everybody. Very cool, Honda man. Ben says, I have to dip, guys. Wife is on the way home and we're about to eat chili. I have cooking in the crock pot. No problemo. No problemo, Benjamin. Thanks for hanging in there. Everybody's saying good night, Ben. Catherine saying, I love Back to the Future. Is definitely a favorite movie. The whole trilogy, absolutely. I love seeing ZZ Top in the third one. I'm a big fan of ZZ Top, if you don't know. I'm a huge fan. They're not my top-of-the-line favorite, but I'm going to say Billy Gibbons is on my Mount Rushmore of favorite guitar players. Who would you put on your Mount Rushmore? That's your top four. Your Mount Rushmore is your top four guitar players. Who goes on the Mount Rushmore of guitar players? I'm going to put Mark Knopfler on there. I'm going to put Chet Atkins on there. I'm going to put Billy Gibbons on there, the Reverend. Speaking of the Reverend, I haven't seen the Rev Secutioner lately. Somebody send out a search party. Let us know how the Rev Secutioner's doing. I haven't seen him in a while. NB says, I only go backwards when I shave. I drop about 10 years with the razor. That's funny, aging backwards. That's pretty funny. Oh, NB, you were the 20th person to hit thumbs up. Awesome. Very cool. 50 points for Slytherin. Way to go. Thanks, man. And Allie's back. Outstanding. How's it going, Allie? In the house. Welcome back. Devin. Kim says, Devin. What did Devin say that she's laughing at? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see. I can't tell. Devin said something that she's laughing at, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because only backwards when I shave. That's the only time he ages backwards, probably. Or maybe she's just saying Devin is the name and that we got to call him when I was saying, what do you want to be called? All right, let's see. CL, the joke I was trying not to say, call me anytime, call me whatever you want, but don't call me late for dinner. I was trying not to say that one because it's so old. FlightQuest is putting Stevie Ray on the Mount Rushmore of guitar players. Oh, Red Volkert, he is fantastic. There's a man with a handsome beard, a nice, strong, barrel-chested man who plays a mean Telecaster. I'm not going to argue with you on that one, Freddie. You put Red up on your Mount Rushmore. I make room for him. He's not on my Mount Rushmore, but boy, that guy can pick 'em. You know, NB, you say my name is Devin. Most know me by the name, so I don't mind you calling me that. I knew that. You told us that. Darn it, in the Discord, and I just had a blank there. I'm sorry, man. I had a brain fart. I know you told us that in Discord, so. Allie said, I just had me some Burger King. It was decent. It had been a while. Some flame broiled goodness. Well, you can't just say you got Burger King without telling us what you got. Tell us what you got. Did you get a Whopper? Did you get a double Whopper? Did you get the double Whopper with cheese? Did you get the double Whopper with cheese, only cheese and ketchup? And did you get their French fries? And did you get a milkshake? What did you get? Tell us. Allie, your face is old. Well, you know what we forgot to talk about, everybody? I just want to do a quick reminder here. I think you all know this. But this channel is value for value, which means I don't do commercials. I do not accept advertising. I do not do product placement. I do not do sponsored by Element or Squarespace. I do not, and I get contacted by those people now. Now that we got, what do we have? 3,500 something subscribers or something like that. I am getting contacted by those people. I'm getting emails, and I'm telling them, no, thank you. I'm not doing any commercials. No, thank you. This video is not sponsored by AG1 or whoever. God bless them. More power to anybody who wants to do it. But this channel is value for value, which means I give you the whole thing for free with no charge, and you decide if you got any value about it. You can return that value back to me in the form of time, talent, or treasure. And by the way, I heard one of you guys say in Rob the Maritimer's live stream that you like my idea of doing this, and it is not my idea. This is an idea that was floated by the great John C. Dvorak and Adam Curry from their great podcast, and we did a toast to John C. Dvorak a couple days ago, or a couple live streams ago, when he passed away. And it was their idea to do their podcast, Value for Value, 18 years ago. And they did 18 years of podcasting purely on donations alone. And it's definitely not my idea. But you have the opportunity to bless me back in many different ways, including time, talent, and treasure. So your time, for example, you guys being here in the live stream right now, dropping your comments in the live chat. This is giving your time. Look at the time. It's 9:39. You guys have been hanging out with me for an hour and 39 minutes. Longer when you realize we were here for 5 minutes ahead of time on the pre-show. So you guys watching the videos, showing up to the live stream, dropping a comment on the videos, putting in a like. Those 21 likes at the top and those 431 comments up there, that's incredible return of value, you guys. You submit artwork. You give me ideas for videos. Those of you who have sent a video clip into me, that's sending your talent my way. And if you want to donate treasure, actual cold hard cash, you can do that. I did set up donate.winningtheweek.org, and you can obviously, if you want to buy me a gallon of Publix Diet Sweet Tea, I'm not going to turn you down. The other way you can do it is if you want to become a member on YouTube. It's 99 cents to become a member on YouTube. Some of you guys like buying memberships for other people. You can do that. Mike did that recently, bought 10 memberships and Mike's Adventure Sparks and said, here's to buy some Publix Diet Sweet Tea, which I used on Monday to buy some Publix Diet Sweet Tea. And that shows up in the video. That shows up in the video that is going to be coming out next Monday. So I've got memberships. I've got super chats. You can give super chats in the live stream anytime. You can just follow my affiliate link when I talked about the tip of the day with the Yeti mug. That's just an affiliate link. And if you don't buy something, that's totally fine too. Or if you follow the affiliate link, here's the secret trick. No matter what you buy on YouTube, helps me out. I get about 5% of the price of whatever you buy on Amazon if you follow my affiliate links to get there. And it doesn't cost you anything extra. That money comes out of the seller's pocket. So the prices are the same for you, but if you follow my affiliate link to Amazon and buy anything, they send me about 5% as a bonus, as like a referral bonus. So that's a nice way to show some value for value back my way if that's something you want to do. By the way, I always like to remind people who are listening to the podcast, this live stream does become a podcast on Thursdays. I send it out as an audio podcast. And if you're listening to the podcast right now and you want to join into the live interactive chat that you hear me responding to all along, just come along to winningtheweek.org any Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Join into the chat, say hi, let us know you're here, say hello, and you'll make some awesome friends. One of the best times you'll have in your entire week. I 100% promise. So let's see here. Let's see what I'm missing. NB, a.k.a. Devin, says, my YouTube name is because I was in a bike club called NB Riders for about 10 years, and at the end I ran it. I gave it up in 2012 and moved on, but the YouTube name stays the same. That makes sense. What did NB stand for in NB Riders in your bike club? That's what I want to know. Let's see. NB stood for New Balance, because you all wore New Balance tennis shoes on your motorcycles. That's what I think you did in your bike club. You all wore white New Balance tennis shoes, and that's why you were the NB Riders. Now, leave a comment and tell me that I was right, Devin, because you know I was right. And Allie, in typical Allie's fashion, says, your face is not sponsored, which is 100% correct. And she also lets us know she had a Whopper with cheese, no mayo, French fries, and a cherry Coke. Wow. That sounds darn good. I don't know what it is with the Burger King in my town, but every time I go there, and I mean without fail, 100% of the time when I go to Burger King, there's somebody with mental issues in there. I'm talking about the customers, not the people who work there. There's always somebody either in the dining room or in the line or on the sidewalk or something with some kind of crazy mental issue, homeless person or something, wandering around inside the lobby or inside the sitting area. I don't know what is it about our Burger King. It's not the same person. It's not all. I'm not saying there's always the same mental person. There's always a different one. But and it seems like every time I go to any Burger King, there's always somebody with a mental problem in the restaurant. I don't know. I got no explanation for that one. I have no explanation. CL says, elect the occasional Whopper Jr. NB says, oh man, how are you going to age backwards without AG1 greens? And you must always be thirsty without drinking Element. That's funny. That's funny, Devin. Flight Quiz says, I'm working on a value video thanking Scott. Will be Wednesday Wings winning the week. That's cool. That's awesome, Flight Quiz. That's a perfect example of value for value, man. Thank you very much for the bless you as well. Jenny says, Devin, someone's drinking the proverbial Kool-Aid. That's cool. Very funny. What's wrong with Kool-Aid? Your face is drinking Kool-Aid. Jenny says, you must watch a lot of wellness videos if you're hearing those ads. No, you know where I see the AG1 and the Element videos is I watch a contractor who does residential concrete patios. The name of the channel is Victory Outdoor Services. It's a fella up in Wisconsin in the suburbs of Milwaukee. You know, the nice suburbs. He's not in Milwaukee, but he's out a ways in the suburbs. And he's got a crew of like 5 or 6 guys, and they pour driveways, sidewalks, front stoops, back patios, stamped concrete, tinted concrete. And he does ads for Element and AG1 and stuff like that. But, you know, he's a fitness kind of guy, and he has a fitness channel. And he's got a gym that he installed at his shop and works out. He doesn't work out in his videos, but he does talk sometimes about fitness and working out and losing weight. So that's probably why his channel was sponsored by those 2 companies. But it's not a fitness channel. It's a concrete contractor pouring concrete channel. But you're not wrong. You're not wrong because he does, like I said, he does work out, talking about working out, stuff like that. Wow, I've been talking a long time. CL says, my favorite day of the week that isn't the weekend. That's funny. And Devin says, dang, how does he know this stuff? On the serious side, you're wrong. It stands for province. We were based out of New Brunswick, Canada. Oh, okay, the province. Got it. New Brunswick. Okay, so much for New Balance. I got the new part right. I'm 50% correct, right? New Brunswick riders. That makes sense. Very cool. All right. Well, I had to take a chance to make a guess, you know? And spouse wife, aka Kimberly, says if they get fed, she's talking about BK. If they get fed, they'll hang around. Talking about the people at Burger King. I guess maybe that's it. Maybe they get a free burger or something if they show up at Burger King, so that's why they're always hanging around there. That's possible. Amy says, I watch homesteading videos and I get so many of those Element, AG1, and Butcher Box. Yeah, that's another one. Yep, I agree. Well, why don't we do our producer shout-outs? This is one of my favorite parts of the entire live stream because it's a chance for me to give back to you and to tell you all thank you. So let's do some producer shout-outs here. You are producers of this channel. Don't forget, don't let everyone call you a viewer. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you're a viewer or a consumer. You are not a consumer. You are a producer. And your producer title entitles you to a shout-out for whatever you want. A family business, your YouTube channel, a favorite charity, a new project. You can just, if you want, you can just tell your mommy it says, hi, it's your call. You get to write your own note. You get to write your own shout out. You can tell me what you want me to advertise for free because this is value for value. You support the channel by watching and by dropping comments, and I support you in turn by giving you a shout out for whatever you would like me to talk about. So just go to Discord and tell me what you want it to be about, or you can email me. Once again, the email address is in the channel description, not the video description, but the channel description. So those of you who show up at my live streams and those of you who make comments in the videos are our producers. Starting with our good friend, the Cheddar Boy Yee. And once again, congratulations, Kyle, on your awesome video you did this week in which you opened up, you were vulnerable, you took off the fake beard, and you just spoke to the camera, a heartfelt, awesome video about that lying voice that everybody has in their head. So way to go, buddy. Catherine's fabulous 60s and beyond. Her channel is about age-related topics, HSP, pets, life and retirement, life in Arkansas, and more. Right now, Catherine is focused on getting to 500 subscribers, so if her channel content appeals to you, check it out. By the way, Catherine, if you have passed 500, or if you're about to pass 500, you have to tell me in Discord what you want your shout-out to say so we don't continue to be out of date. I can say something about your series on your new land or anything else that you want. CL Fantasy Waves Art Studio, one of my favorite channels of all time and also my only beloved and trusted moderator in the live chat, has a channel in which she shares with us fantasy, art, and cats, serene and tranquil videos, mindfully selected music, and she's sharing kindness and joy through her art. Tracy over at Cobus Cattails has videos featuring 5 beautiful black cats, Koba, Sugar, Oliver, Pepper, and Opal. She celebrates kindness, positivity, and get a daily dose of kitty cuteness. Be sure to check her Quotes with Kitties series. And Jenny over at Life with Gen X Values shows up for Gen Xers who are ready to move from survival mode to living in integrity and optimism, exploring how to maintain mental stability without blowing up the life you've already built. Ben in real life, I mean Cookie Monster. Your #1 home for edutainment, led by Ben, a teacher of over a decade. Now, Ben, why have you been teaching a decade? If you're a teacher of over a decade, why have you been teaching the decade, and what has the decade learned? Sorry for this slight derailment here. Anyway, Ben, a teacher of over a decade, a dude with lived mental health challenges, and a massive lover of entertainment. He uses his unique experiences and passion to help you have fun and learn something new along the way. Miss M96, welcome to my channel. My channel is about spreading mental health, sharing what I go through on a daily basis with my anxiety and bipolar depression. I love to share my sweet family pets with you as well. If you'd like to know more about me, don't be shy and just ask me. I enjoy connecting with other YouTube content creators as well. Now, Miss M, your channel banner has a guitar on it, so I want to see you play your guitar in your next video. And just to make it happen, this song is specifically for Miss M. I wrote this just for you, Miss M. Miss M, you're the Miss M. You're the only Miss M that we know. I don't know anybody else named Miss M. There you go. Miss M, a song just for you. And she's probably already left a long time ago. Don't forget, I did set up a summer sale at shop.winningtheweek.org, which is my Foursquare? What's it called? Foursquare? What's the name of that website that does merchandise stuff? T-shirts and mugs and water bottles? Foursquare, Fourscore and 7 years ago? It doesn't matter. Anyway, the important thing is if you use the promo code WINNING at shop.winningtheweek.org, use the promo code WINNING and get 10% off your entire order. So grab a mug, grab a t-shirt, grab a water bottle. I did create some new designs over there, and the summer sale is on. And Mike's Adventure Sparks. Mike is a really fun member in our Discord server, and he makes exciting videos about camping, boating, fishing, and the workday grind, getting through the week in a friendly and optimistic way. As always, the traveling Whitcombs, that's the generous Brandon and Ashton. They've gifted many memberships on YouTube and are a wonderful part of the Discord family too. And congrats, Ashton, on your new job, somewhere she's always wanted to work. And she just got a new job, the dream job, the thing she's always wanted. Way to go, Ashton. Let me hear it in the chat. Everybody in the chat, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Way to go, Ash. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. 11111. As we said earlier, Flight Quest 40, he's got a variety of general aviation aircraft in real time and weather conditions in his home aviation simulator. He's got a Friday IFR and a Wednesday VFR series that he's playing, and it's excellent. Now, you guys know Dana the Cookie Mom. I don't need to say anything about Dana, but she makes excellent baking and cooking videos. She's doing live streams, and I do get very hungry watching her videos, but more importantly, I get very hungry because she keeps dropping pictures of her creations in Discord. And I get fat every time I look at these videos. Every time I peek, even just once at these pictures, I don't feel like I'm ever going to lose any weight looking at these pictures, because those are some very high calorie pictures, buddy. Perlman 1, everybody knows Perlman. He doesn't need any introduction. Perlman 1, that's Glenn. That's also Dana's hubby. If you didn't know, they're a couple. Glenn has practical videos on precision shooting, archery, reloading, and practical hunting lessons in the outdoors. Graciela Gracie G over in Melbourne, Australia. It's probably coming up on 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon for her. She takes us to explore awesome parts of Melbourne, Australia, focusing on interesting and upbeat aspects of life. Daniel, we were watching Daniel's live stream tonight, just a couple hours before I went live. Daniel's channel shares hunting, fishing, birding, archery, air guns, DIY music, cooking, and health maintenance. So basically, he's got everything under the sun all on one channel. That's Outdoors with Daniel 19. Now, our friend Peter Urbanowski has shined us a few times now on the live stream. I haven't seen my man Peter in a while at the live stream, but it is, probably 2 in the morning over there. It's UK time. What time is it in Liverpool? Home of the Beatles. But at any rate, Peter Urbanowski is making videos teaching how to do YouTube, focusing on the editing process. Lately, he's been sharing a lot of important CapCut tips and tricks. And I told you guys a little while ago, I haven't seen the Rev in a while. What happened to the Revsecutioner who wanted to make a shout out for his friend? His friend recently posted a compilation video of his dog, Chanel, who he recently lost. And I was watching some of those videos again this week of Chanel. Very cute puppy. Brian's a great guy with a heart as big as all else. And his channel is called the I Do Stuff Chanel. So it's not the I Do Stuff channel. The name of the puppy was Chanel, Chanel. So I Do Stuff, Chanel. Ali G gave us a video. It wasn't enough to get a shout out. She gave us a video. So she said, "What's up to all the cool kids? It's Wednesday." This is my impression of Ali G. It's time for the Winning the Week live. Producer shout out with Fishing with Ali G. And then Ali says, "Here's what a Google AI channel review said about my channel. Fishing with Ali G features an entertaining, sun-drenched angling content focused on Florida bank fishing, bass fishing, and coastal trips. Run by a professional angler." Oops, I didn't get a chance to finish it. You're just going to have to pause it and rewind it and watch it later. But Ali challenges you to see what AI will say about your channel. Now, Ali, are you doing mail time on your channel? Is that what this says? This week on Bass Talk, 8 p.m. Eastern Time Thursday. Are you doing mail time on your live stream? Because if so, that's pretty cool. But this picture right here of this hat and this fish with the sunglasses doesn't look anything like you, Ali. Nothing at all. So nice try. Next up, I want to shout out for Lori's Soul Circle. And she has a Substack where she, if you don't know, Substack is like a blog. Lori's Guide for Soulful Living helps people reconnect with the part of themselves buried under roles and routines. Life's too short to sleepwalk through it. Subscribe for clarity and soul-fueled momentum. And of course, one of our favorites, Everybody Loves Pam. That should be the name of her channel. Pam's Stories for Humans is a great name. And I think Stories for Humans is one of the best YouTube channels names I've ever heard. But it could just as easily be Everybody Loves Pam, because everybody loves Pam. Pam shares her wisdom and life experiences with colorful stories and practical applications for growing and healing. Last, but definitely not least, another one who's kind of MIA and we haven't seen him in a while, out in Hawaii, is the optimistic absurdist. Warren's channel is a place to slow down, question gently, and make peace with the absurdity of being human. He explores life, meaning, discipline, curiosity, and calm, not by pretending to have the answers, but by learning how to live well with them. So just a reminder, producer shoutouts. Let me know if you would like me to change anything or write a new shout out for me to holler out for you on Wednesday night live streams. Email me at winningtheweek777@gmail.com and let me know, or join in Discord. The link is in the video description, and have a good time with us in Discord as well. That is really everything I got to say about that. And that's all I got to say about that. We never did get our thunderstorm outside, right? I left the windows open. I do see some rain, by the way. There is some rain on the windows, so you guys didn't tell me it was raining behind me. But the window has some precipitation on it. So we got some rain, but I didn't see any lightning. Maybe there was lightning. I don't know. You guys tell me. Maybe. All right, let's get caught up on chat and let's see what I missed. I want to see what you guys say in the chat here. All right. Ben, keep going. Catherine says 491 subscribers, 129 videos. Awesome. You are right around the corner. You're hitting 500 any day now. Those next 9 subs are going to come this week, Catherine. That's our new balance, Rider 1. I mean, New Brunswick writer telling us that Catherine's channel is at 491. Let's get this lady over 500, everybody. Come on. Her channel's called Catherine's Fabulous 60s. And it's not about the 1960s. It's about living in your 60s and being fabulous, because she is absolutely fabulous. So let's go get her over the finish line. Well, it's not really a finish line. It's just one of the little markers along the way in life. You know what I mean? 491. You're going to be at 500 before you know it. CL says, Jen Rock. CL says, yeah, Tracy. CL says, keep going, Catherine, and go, Kyle, go. Fred says, are we organizing a jam session? That's a good idea. For sure. That'd be great. What a voice. Devin says, what a voice. And then Allie says, yeehaw. You guys like my singing, apparently. As at the end of a 2-hour live streaming session, my voice is perfectly suited for busking on the internet, right? Amy says, I'll add you, Catherine, after this. Need to search for you. That's pretty funny. Let's see here. What else am I missing in the chat? Devin says, is Scott a radio announcer? What's radio? Never heard of radio. What's radio? Podcasting. Podcasting is where it's at, baby. Nobody needs radio. I used to have a coworker a long time ago, 20 years ago. And he always quoted a random quote from a Canadian sketch comedy show. I don't even remember what the name of the Canadian show was. I didn't watch it. But there was a punchline that he would quote, which was so random and without context. He said, no soap, radio. Do any of you guys out there on the internet know what that punchline is? No soap, radio. I have no idea. It was something Canadian. Maybe one of you guys know. Maybe one of you guys in Canada know. Maybe one of you guys will remember an old comedy sketch show, kind of like Second City TV or something like that, where they had a sketch comedy routine, and the punchline at the end was no soap, radio. I don't know. Maybe I should look up on the internet someday and find out. That would be funny. All right. We got our Amy saying, way to go, Ash. And we got NB. We got Devin saying, way to go, Ash. And we got Fred, way to go, Ashton. And CL, way to go, Ashton. Jenny says, Ash, so happy for you. And spousewife Kimberly says, way to go, Ash, exclamation point, 1111. She follows the directions, everybody. Look at that. Spousewife knows how to follow directions. Devin likes the cookies. CL likes Flight Quest's idea. And he's going to be doing that super cool shout out. We're looking forward to that. Let's see. Allie says, GGG. I don't know why she says GGG. Oh, because of Gracie, right. Graciela. Everybody loves Graciela. She's awesome. 100%, Devin. Agreed. CL says, Dana and Glenn, congrats for taking a vacation. Yes, sir. Yippee, Graciela and Daniel, according to CL. And CL says, Peter posted he's working on learning DaVinci Resolve. Yes, okay. I need to update his shout out to talk about DaVinci and not CapCut. But he doesn't answer me in Discord. Hallie says, yes, I haven't seen him around on the streets of YouTube. Who knows what he's doing? And CL says, Rev is probably taking a break. Okay, well, that's good. Everybody needs a break once in a while, and everybody deserves a break. You deserve a break today. You deserve... What key is that in? What key is that song in? You deserve a break today. I don't know the rest of the words. You deserve a break today. Was that McDonald's or Coca-Cola? I don't remember. Wow, I'm really lucky. That was right out of frets. Look at that. I got no more frets to go. Good thing we found that high, whatever that is. C? G? C? It's the one. That's what's important. It doesn't matter what note it is. It's the one. You got to find the one. Allie says, I do mail time once a month. Okay, so that's good to know. Very cool. Allie, I'm going to turn your shout out back into text based because it's too much to watch that video and try to keep up with it. I can't say it as fast as the video comes. Oh, Allie says, I did send you an updated shout out on your email. Man, you got to get in Discord. I don't see those emails. Those channel specific emails, I only check them every few days. What day did you send it? All right. Devin says, bedtime. Good night, everyone. It's 11 o'clock in the Maritimes. Much love to all. Be great, everybody. Very cool. Yeah, CL, there was no lightning out back, unfortunately. Oh, well. Amy says, I'll go find her after this live stream, and then I'll try and catch her. That's funny. Yeah, let's jam. Your face is going to jam, Allie. Well, Gracie, oh my goodness, look who shows up. See, I tell you, this is the way the algorithm works. You say somebody's name and they show up. It's almost as if the internet hears you and goes out and finds them and brings them back. She says, hello, I was watching a bit now and I didn't want to dump bad mood. Sorry, my beloved dog Hank passed this morning. Sending love, beautiful people. I am so sorry, Graciela. We are all going to be praying for you, Graciela. I'm so sorry. I hope you were at least here while we did your shout out. We did your shout out a minute ago, and you got a lot of love. If you scroll back in the chat, you'll see everybody saying how much they love GGG. Poor Hank. I'm so sorry. That is not good. But you can come here anytime. You don't have to worry about dumping a bad mood on us. You come here and hang out with your friends. This is a good time for you to be around people, you know? Amy says, I'm so sorry, Gracie. I know that's hard. I'll pray for you. And Jen says, I'm so sorry for your loss. CL says, so sorry, Graciela. It's hard losing a fur baby. And Gracie says, beautiful, all of you. It's so nice to be here. As I was turning my phone off, this popped up. I'm telling you, we had just done your shout out and everybody was saying your name. That's why you came in. Allie says, aw, GGG, prayers for you and your fur baby loss. Love you, Gracie. And Kim says, condolences. See, Gracie, don't be afraid to come in here and think that you're going to bring a bad mood. You're not bringing a bad mood. It's more important for you to come in here and talk to your friends. That's what's much more important, Gracie. I bet he was very sweet. I bet he was a very sweet puppy. 12 o'clock. 12 o.m. here. So that must have been a typo. 12 p.m. So it's lunchtime. But I'm just having a nice coffee as we can't stop the tears. We've been playing music. We played. Love it. Oh, well played. Very good. I'm glad you like my music. Kim says, you deserve a break today, so get up and get away to McDonald's. Is that how the song goes? I don't remember the rest of it. Thank you. You deserve a break today, so get up and get away to McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Jenny says, my heart goes out to you, Gracie. I'm sure you have so many beautiful memories of Hank. Yep. Well, hello there, blonde traveling gypsy. How are you doing? Long time no see. It's been a minute. Now, our friendly blonde traveling gypsy here is a truck driver along with her hubby. I believe they both drive trucks together. And if I remember correctly, is your name Stephanie or Kim? I know the spouse wife is Kim, but I kind of feel like you're a Stephanie. I believe my brain is remembering Stephanie, but it's probably wrong. Because the way it works is I associate people, for some reason I associate people with somebody else I know. And the trouble is I know a Stephanie whose mom name is Kim. So I might be getting mixed up. Now this is where you drop a comment in the chat there, blonde traveling gypsy, and tell me it's none of those. My name is actually Elizabeth. I'm way off base. By the way, my friend Justin in Vermont had a new baby today. Congratulations to my friend Justin, who occasionally watches the channel. Used to ride motorcycles with Justin all the time, and he used to be a regular contributor to this channel on YouTube back when it was a motorcycle channel. So congratulations to Justin and Shannon for their new baby girl. Their daughter Willa has a new baby sister. So Willa, I believe Willa is three or four now, maybe. I hope she's not 5. I'll feel terrible, but I think she's 3 or 4. And she got a new baby sister, brand new baby, Elizabeth May. So congrats to my friend Justin and Shannon. Very happy for you guys. And let's see. Allie says I'll send it in Discord. Thank you very much. I won't lose it that way. That's the way we won't lose stuff. And I just lost it. I saw it. Okay, there it is. I will send it in Discord. I only sent it Tuesday. Well, if you sent it Tuesday, I should have got it. But that was yesterday. Yeah, I guess I haven't looked at that email today, basically. I didn't see it. Oh, well. Amy says, yes, I agree, Gracie. Come here always. I have found it. When I'm struggling, these folks lift me. Excellent. There you go. Allie says, well, I'm turning into a pumpkin. I'll see you cool kids on the streets of YouTube. Love to all. Good night, Allie. It is Stephanie. Very good. All right. I was right the first time. Very cool. Stephanie, our truck driving friend. Because she's eastbound and down, loaded up in truck, and she's going to do what they say can't be done. She's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I wonder how often does that song get stuck in your head? I wouldn't be able to drive a truck across the road, across the open road, without that song being stuck in my head like 24/7 all the darn time. That'd be crazy. So, okay. Jenny says, I'm with you, Allie. I'm turning into a pumpkin. I'll watch the start and end on replay tomorrow. Good night, Jenny, 8675309. Gracie says, absolutely. Life is about memories and beautiful moments shared. Peace, outdoors, camping, family, and friends. Birthdays, beautiful days sometimes turn bad, but love can heal everyone. Yes, I agree. So everybody's saying good night. I feel bad for Stephanie who just got here, but it's about time we wrap it up because I did start at 8 o'clock and it's 10:12. So including the 5-minute pre-show, we've been on here for 2 hours and 15 minutes, which, I mean, for Rob the Maritimer, that's just getting started. That guy goes live stream for 4 hours at a time. But he doesn't do it at 10 o'clock at night either. So, and I got work tomorrow. I gotta be up bright and early for work, for my regular day job. So I'm gonna have to call it quits. I'm not exactly turning into a pumpkin, but pretty close. So I'm gonna call it a night too. I'm all caught up on the chat. Kim says, hey, Stephanie, my name is Kimberly. My hubby's a trucker. That's right. I forgot about that. He's a big old lumber log hauler, and he's done over the road as well. Cool. Yep. You guys should be friends. Spouse wife is Kimberly, and blonde traveling gypsy is Stephanie. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, you guys. Let me real quick throw each of you guys' channel names into the chat so you can find them later. Let's grab these channel names and copy and paste them into the chat. So here's blonde traveling gypsy. Yes, she does have a channel. And then let me get spouse wife's channel so you guys can stay in touch and meet each other and be friends, because that's how it works. You meet somebody in a live stream and next thing you know, you've made a real friend, and you never know you got things in common. So there's each other's channels. Click those things and hit subscribe to each other, and maybe strike up a new friendship. You might be best pals. You never know. But I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to say thank you very much for all of you. Let's take a look at stats. 531 comments, 21 thumbs up likes. We had maximum number of viewers at one time. We had 22 viewers in right around 9 o'clock. That was our maximum at any one given time. We still got 10 of you hanging on here at the very brutal end right now, the bitter end. CL says friendship is magic. Well, that's a great way to finish. I'm gonna end it on that because I can't say it better than CL just said it. Friendship is magic. So thank you, everybody. I appreciate every single one of you. I will see you guys next Wednesday night. Hello, Suzuki. I will see you next Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'll have a new video for you guys this coming Monday. It'll really be at midnight. When Sunday night turns into Monday morning, watch for your video of how this week that I'm in right now goes, and you'll be surprised. Really, really cool thing I'm going to do tomorrow night on Thursday night. I guess I could spill the beans now, but I think I want to make you wait for the video and see what happens. Do I want to talk about it? I'm going to get to meet somebody. I don't think I'm going to say so. I think it's better if I not say anything now. I get to meet someone. Oh, hey, Dad. Dad showed up. The Texas Gypsy showed up at Nearly midnight. Very cool. Hi, Pops. Glad you're here. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys find that one on your own. I didn't even know my dad was in the chat. Very cool to see him. Maybe he just dropped in at the very last minute here. If you guys don't know, the Texas Gypsy is my dad. That's Sonny over in Texas. Um, so yeah, I'll wait and let that video reveal who I get to meet tomorrow night to you guys. Instead of telling you now, I'll keep it a secret and keep it a surprise. But when video comes out midnight, Sunday night, turning into Monday morning, you will see who I got to meet. Very cool. But as CL said, friendship is magic. That's how I'm going to end it. And I will see everybody later. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you next week. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.